It doesn't matter whether you like me or you hate me. I'm gonna act stupid no matter what. That's the only thing I've ever been consistent with my whole life. Count on it.
What happened today? I hit her. I said, 'cause she hit you, huh? Nope. Did she say something mean to you? She didn't get a chance.
I know.
I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief. Know what I want, so I'll take it on. I've made mistakes, but mistakes make you strong. Let's break it down for a minute. I want the crown, I'm gon' get it. You hear me loud, man, I'm winning. Yeah, Charlie Sheen will be grinning. These ladies know that I'm sinning, and this is just the beginning. I'm closing in the night inning. There ain't no point in resisting. Living life like a dream, live it right, that's the thing. Every night got a team, I've been tied to the scene. Out on stage, here on screen. Okay, it's a dream, and I pray as a team. One day it'll be me. If I want it, then I'll get it. Head down, don't regret it. Push myself to the limit. If I play it, then I win it. I'm just saying, I'm just living for today. For a minute, I don't stay, I just visit. Have no shame, I admit it. Looking right at me to see if I succeed, to see if I believe. They're looking up to me. They want the best of me now, best of me now, best of me now, best of me. They want the best of me now, best of me now, best of me now, best of me. They want the best of me. I swear to God, man, I'ma make it soon. Silence all the haters as they see us making moves. I do what I want, so I got nothing to prove. Staying motivated, teaching others what to do. I'm staying focused, my mind is open. They start to notice that I'm in motion. There is no potion.
Just let me out and let me shit. Or forget about it. Just let me shit my pants.
Sorry. Anyway.
Great stuff. Great stuff.
Right? I thought so. Maybe
That
not.
was good stuff. I do dig it.
Yeah, I figured it out a little too late. I had my YouTube not muted, so that's how come I was like, oh, yeah, rookie mistake. You're not a rookie. But anyway, what's up, guys? Hello, everybody in chat. How are you?
Welcome, everybody. Welcome, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
So on panel, we have Truth Be Told. And we have the Constitution State. And last but not least, Caucasian.
Greetings and salutations. Welcome to the show.
Yeah. We're going to take it away, right? No. Okay, so have any of y'all ever had or had that moment where you're making a, content, whether it be a live or, I don't know, where you've had a moment of whatever. Maybe it was a moment of, oh shit, or maybe it was a moral, you know what I mean? Like thing within yourself, or one of those videos that just made you think about it. I don't know. Do you know what I'm saying? Or no?
Yeah,
Like,
I got you.
Like you'll never forget it. It was changing in some kind of way.
I did one video where In the video, a guy gets knocked out and YouTube snatched it down, but I knew it was going to be a problem because it got like 7,000 views in 30 seconds or some crap like that. And then they pulled it down. Like, it was going hot. And I looked at my wife right after I uploaded. I looked at her and said, I shouldn't have uploaded that. But they didn't strike me. They just disappeared the video.
Yeah.
No email, no nothing. Just gone.
Yep.
What about you? Truth be told, have you had one of those moments?
Several of them. I mean, depends on location. Well, you know, we had a little discussion before the show, and you know, if you have other auditors there, you know, they kind of walk over each other, and you wonder sometimes if you want to take other auditors with you out to the different audits.
Right.
So I mean, so the crossover moment to me would be something like that.
I bet when they pulled you out at gunpoint, right? It was like, we're going to light you up.
That's probably a pretty good factor. I'm not going to lie. You'd be sucking the seat out your ass after that one. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. And for doing absolutely nothing wrong. And especially, you know, after they found out who I was, you know, how their attitudes completely switched, you know, 120% because they realized that they had done screwed up.
Right.
And that's the reason, you know, on that situation, you know, released with no ticket, no fine, no nothing. It's just to have a good day. And they turned around, tucked tail, and did the drive of shame.
Crazy, crazy. What about you, Constitution State? How about you?
I'd say, yeah, for sure. Again, I think I probably had multiple. I think it's kind of hard to do this without having moments like that.
Yeah, that's true. Well, so I had one of those moments, and it really, I don't know, sank in. There were so many thoughts and feelings. It like took me a couple days to fully, I guess, work through everything. It was a mental thing. It was I felt like it was a physical thing, right? But it really wasn't. But so I did a 1A post office audit. It's my second audit. No, by this time it was my third audit, but it was my first post office. No, it was my second. So I had no idea. I usually cop watch, and I only do it as a hobby. So like I still get that adrenaline rush every time I go to a cop watch. I'm like, you know, like it was my first time. So this was all new to me. So this is like raw emotion, feeling, thought that you're going to see, like how I reacted to the whole situation. And I've questioned, you know, did I overreact or, you know, whatever. So that's kind of what I'm bringing to y'all is a situation where I was present. I went through my own things. Truth be told, has seen this video before, so he kind of knows where it's going. Constitution State he's doing a blind reaction. He has not seen the video, any of it at all. So, you know, I can get feedback and we can discuss it as a community. One of the things that I think we lack in is getting the message across, our purpose, the cause. I think a lot of times some inner reactions that auditors have, you know, where it's chaotic and stuff like that, people who are looking in, you know, whether they be bootlookers or on the fence riders, you know, are seeing it and questioning that, right? And I feel that they focus too much on the inner reaction of it being negative, that the message, you know, is getting lost.
But in mind, as y'all watch this, keep in mind that every auditor does have their own style on, you know, how they do things, and of course, you know, but we all got to understand that we are out there for the right reasons, doing what we're doing, whether, you know, you handle it in a unprofessional manner or, you know, you try to educate the officers that you're there to try to put back in line, basically.
Right. and I'm by no means dogging the people I went out with or anything. I'm not. It was a life changing moment for me that I want to discuss. They just happened to be part of it. So that's kind of where I'm at. So they started the audit before me. I got there like 20 minutes after they had started. So the first part of it is going to be what they did, how you'll see their view of how it, the whole audit got started. And then there'll come a point where it comes to my video and when I come into play and stuff like that. And if y'all need to pause it to talk at a certain moment, just, yell at me. And hopefully this goes good.
Yep, I think it will.
Who are our main players?
So who we're watching is Mr. Amazing, Amazing Audits, and Lady Justice Liberty Press is who these two views are.
Right.
Yes.
It's Lady Justice Liberty Press. We are out here at the U.S. Postal Service. It is November 2nd, 63 degrees. I'm out here with Mr. Amazing, Amazing Audits. And we notice that Old Glory is not flying high in the sky as she should be. It is 10:16 a.m. They are not complying with federal flag standards or laws. So we're going to go in, find out why they have neglected flying the United States flag as well as the POW flag. And I want to take a quick shout out right now to say, hey, XXGOX, who has brought this to our attention about the flag laws and regulations and the fact that our flags are not being flown as they should be, as they're supposed to be. So let's go see if we can get Georgetown Station, Georgetown, Texas, on board. And these are their hours of business. Georgetown Post Office, Georgetown, Texas, full service hours.
Did you say something?
I gotta say, this is one of the strangest Karen outs I've ever seen. I understand there are laws and stuff, and they're supposed to abide by the laws and whatnot, but I'm not sure I would have interfered with my day to go check on a flag. Maybe that dude was out this morning. Maybe he got the coof. I don't know. That's just me, though.
Right.
I find it odd. Go ahead.
Any other comments? Are we good?
Good.
The flag. If you, I mean, I've complained about a flag, but I wasn't solely there just for the flag. It's just something I stumbled upon at one of our state prisons, and it was shredded. They had it up there like hanging in tethers, and they thought that was appropriate. We didn't think it was. So I complained about that, but that was a lot.
Yeah, but that's circumstantial. You didn't get up that morning to go up there and have a conversation with some people about a flag, but then never actually have the conversation with the people about the flag, but go in and film a bunch of stuff kind of vaguely. I mean, it's an odd, like I said, it's an odd video. I'm sorry.
It's not odd. I mean, I believe they were going to do a regular post office audit, and the flag just happens to be the way it is, and so therefore it becomes the focus of the audit versus like, you know, most go in for the poster 7 and stuff like that.
Right.
But that's just, you know, my
Yeah,
All right, let's see how it works out.
Go ahead.
Friday from 8 a.m. till 4:30 p.m. Saturdays 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Sundays and holidays, they are closed. Self-service hours are open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Public area is open 24 hours a day.
Thank you, Mr. Amazing.
Time, place, and manner are in order.
This is where the P.O. boxes are. I'm looking for poster 7. Mr. Amazing is currently setting up his gear. He's also recording statically, just to let the viewers out there know. I am not seeing poster 7, but I am seeing other little signs, like protect yourself and others. Self-service over there. Oh, right here it is. Thank you. Here are the rules and regulations governing conduct of the service property. That would be poster 7. And I am not seeing how. Oh, this is from August.
Sorry, it's dragging a little bit. Is that too fast, or you still get the gist of it? I'll go back to normal. I'm just
No, I can get it.
okay.
2016 PSN number. Oh, they've got greeting cards over here.
Boy, that camera is nothing.
They have
but
boxes and greeting cards, different things over in this area that you can choose from. I'm going to go ahead and get in line and ask my questions that I need to ask. Hello, sir. How are you doing today? I'm fabulous. I am here to ask about the United States flag and the POW flag and why it is not presently flown.
Because someone cut the string for the flags, and now we can't pick them up.
So how long ago was that when they cut the strings or the ropes?
Yes, it's happened twice.
So when is that going to be rectified? Because right now you are not in compliance with the U.S. flag.
So just so we're clear, apparently on 2 different occasions within the last week, the rope for the flags was cut, and so that's why they're not flying them. I guess it's been a week since it happened last.
Oh, absolutely. I would love to.
On the side of the wall, there's a Dutch door. Ring the doorbell. There's somebody in line. Ask to speak to the supervisor. Let's see what they are.
Now, let me clarify. There's around the corner here, there's a double door. And is it open?
No.
Because I never noticed the double door. The reason why I'm asking.
So right on the other side of this wall, there's like a Dutch door. It's like a half door. Just ring
Yes,
the doorbell.
thank
It's somebody
you,
open.
Jack.
Okay. Sounds like a plan. And what was your name,
My
sir?
name's Israel.
Israel. Thank you so much. I'm going to come around here and talk to the supervisor. Because they are not in compliance with federal guidelines at this moment.
Hey, Pandora.
And we need to get to the bottom and find out why. Yes, we do. This building is named in honor of G. West by an act of Congress, Public Law 111-58, August 19th, 2009. And this would be the name that this post office was named in honor of. Was named in honor of. There you go. And they're probably not going to help this poor lady because I'm out here. I don't know. signage on the door, no admittance, only employees on duty are permitted to enter this postal facility. Another, protect yourself and stand 6 feet from others. U.S. Postal Service, quick service door. And this is the door that Israel told me to come to. This is the second time she has rung the bell.
Would you not please video me? I do not want to be videoed. Do not video me. Turn that off.
You are in public, ma'am. Understand the law. I'm here conducting my business the same as you are. Thank you. If you don't like it, go home. Thank you, sir. I'm going to FOIA request that your phone. And under the federal lines, I can. Thank you. This gentleman behind the door just took a photo, which he's a federal employee. He's not a free people out here in the real world. So
What?
Well, they were saying that the audio sounds like it's been sped up, and it has been sped up a little bit because it's kind of a long video.
It's okay. We can go
It's
back.
fine. I don't have a problem with it.
So, yeah. So this is Lady Liberty. She's over here at the door. And this is the postmaster, who has already come out and is listening to her, watching her, talking with Mr. Amazing, for a brief moment. And then she realizes that she's there.
can actually request his whole
This is the postmaster right here in front of me.
oh, great. That's who I wanted to talk to. I'm just
What's your
here.
name one more time, please?
My name is Teresa Ford. I'm the postmaster of Georgetown.
Thank you, Teresa. I was coming in here because I
She was
noticed.
just stifling my rights, by the way.
Oh, that will be a no-no. As a federal
You
employee,
cannot
you know that.
Video in
Anyway.
the lobby.
Sure we
only
can, under
on
poster
the
stuff.
public
Well,
sidewalk.
that's not true, ma'am, and you know that. Your poster 7 says that.
Then I will
Anyway,
go and make a phone call.
Well, that's fine. We're here to find out why the flag is not being flown. You're not in federal compliance. This
Hold
post
on.
office is not.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. She's found out why the flag's not being flown, and it's for a relatively reasonable reason. There's nothing strange or unusual here until Omi sets up a static camera in the middle of the lobby. He does put it out of the way. I got to give him that. Right. It's not in the way of anything at all, and he's taking up a minimal amount of space. She seems angry.
This is an audit of a post office, Tiny T, in Georgetown.
You walk into this.
In another 12 minutes, I come in to the whole situation.
I wouldn't want to walk into that.
Not in federal flag compliance, to let you know, and that's exactly why I'm here. That's
You're
why I
gonna end up
spoke to
looking
Israel.
Very much more bad because you didn't listen to us now.
That's right. This isn't our first rodeo. We're not stupid. We're not dumb. We know what our rights are.
Well, let's go over them again. Do you want to be poster 7 at all?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's.
You know, I think the volume is up kind of high too. I can hear you very well.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I will turn it down just to try. Sound check, sound check. All righty. Sound check.
Are you
sound check.
serious? Hold on.
Kay Stevens, thank you. Yes,
Stating
she.
information. YouTube police has belt loop 29. True or false? You're muted as hell. We can't hear you.
Yes,
But
that's
you-
who YouTube police is. Yes.
Okay, that's gorgeous, dude. That should be your primary channel. Let's get together and do some police and auditor interactions. It'll be freaking great. You could straight up come in as YouTube police. We'll do the whole 9. It'll be fantastic. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Is a liar. As a federal employee, she should know the rights of the people out here. And yeah, this is not the first time I've been inside of a post office. It will not
You
be
can
the
be
last
in
time
whatever channel
I will
you
be
want
inside
to.
of a post office. I absolutely do, especially when they're not in compliance with something as plain and as simple as the flag not being flown. Sorry that somebody cut their strings according to Israel a couple of times. Sure.
We only stopped by here because I wanted to ask her to raise the flag.
Absolutely.
And he explained that the strings had been cut, so what we do.
And that was like a
Sometimes
week ago.
stifles my rights.
Yeah, a week ago and 2 weeks ago. So we will stand around because we know we can be here. Poster 7 gives us that right. And I hope they're calling a federal police because they're the only police that have any jurisdiction on this property. Yeah.
Yep. That's not necessarily true.
Yeah, there
That's
you
not
go.
true.
I was waiting for you to say something.
That's not true at all.
It's not that it's not true. It's partial true. We
Well, they
do have the right to film in there. However, because it is a what
limited
public
public
forum,
forum. Limited
yes,
public forum.
limited public forum, they have the right to ask us to leave, stop filming, yada yada.
Yeah.
Or we can be trespassed.
Well, she was also saying too that that only the federal police are allowed to have any jurisdiction over a post office, and there's plenty of places that they contract out through the local police departments, and they do have jurisdiction on the postal properties.
Correct.
A dummy.
I just want to go over again how weird all of this seems to me. This is a very straight. All right, you go in and you find out the string's been cut. All right, are we doing anything to get it fixed? Yes, we're working on it. We got a new flag. The flag's gone. Whatever. That doesn't seem to be the purpose of this entry.
Well, that part of the conversation never happened. Like as far as she was
That's
trying
what I
to ask
mean.
the
Like,
postmaster, you know what I
the
mean?
string's cut. That's
Right.
good enough for me. But if that's the reason
Well, I
she's
would
there,
follow
why
up
didn't she?
with when is it going to be fixed, or when do you expect it to be fixed? Because they're supposed to, as soon as something is damaged or whatever, at least put in a request for a new flag, string, whatever it may be.
Right.
If it happened a week ago, there should at least be an order, you know what I mean, of it being.
Yeah, but
So,
yeah, hey
so
Barnaby, welcome to the show. Half pint, good to see you.
somebody asked what I thought, and this is a weird one. I'll agree it's kind of weird, but it's not at the same time because I was thinking of it. I think she said something about somebody had tipped them off to the flag. So they're probably going there, I would assume, to check on the flag and to see what else they could possibly be doing that's wrong if they don't care about the flag. But after arriving and finding out why the flag is down, I would agree with follow-up questions like when will it be fixed, and coming back possibly even a few days just to check on it. But I think in this field you gotta really pick and choose your battles, and to me it doesn't.
That's my issue with it too. Is it's an odd hill to choose.
Yeah. But I get the point though. They are supposed to do it. They are supposed to follow it. If it was us not hanging the flag, they would be right there, making them show us. We put work orders in to get it fixed and this and that. So I don't get me wrong. I do get the point, but I think it goes back to picking and choosing your battles. I get into some weird situations too, and sometimes I just gotta let them go or keep going if that's what I want to do. But it doesn't always work out the best.
Did you see what laptop said? Truth be told, about the limited forum.
Right. Well, they're more or less going off of about limited public forum. There's places to protest and there's places not to protest. And that,
But that's my question. Is her act of filming a protest, and is it intentionally done to draw attention to a given thing? I think it's a weird way to go about it. It doesn't look good, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, it would be a protest, and it is about a specific thing. It's in the manner that she is doing it in.
The manner.
Yes.
Protesting done in an appropriate place and manner. I think that's the way it's.
Her body language, her, like you said, it sounds like she's mad. You know what I mean? Her tone.
Tiny Tina, Tina Tiny, she pointed out that her attitude, the way she comes across when she's talking to people, would have made her standoffish right out the bat, right out the gate.
Right.
Which, I mean, it's an odd activity. I find it weird that she seems so angry even before she goes through the door. This is not a reaction to the service she has witnessed. This is not a reaction to a service that she has witnessed. This is her directly acting before service is rendered. She comes in kind of cross and animated. Is it wrong? I don't know. It's annoying.
I'm going to take a moment and recognize who we have in our stream. Hey, Jot. We are actually in Georgetown at the U.S. Postal Service here in Georgetown. They are not flying the American flag or the POW flag. I did speak with one of the Postal Service workers here. His name is Israel. He did say, and this ma'am too, this lady here helping this other lady, they both said that the cords have been cut on the.
We're Americans and we're being discriminated on here in this federal building.
Yeah, that.
Being Americans.
Yeah, that's a sad day in America when that happens. Yeah, go to Austin, man. You might want to spend your money there. Anyway, Israel did say that the flag cords had been cut 2 weeks ago and again a week ago. There is no a commie county. Well, it might very well be a commie county. Very much so. Anyway, there is no.
Okay, as stupid as this sounds, what is a commune? Yeah, county. Yeah.
We're talking about communists.
Okay. And define that again. Having a moment.
I might not be the best because I'm going to be a smart ass when I do it, and I can't help it. I don't want to be that guy.
My bad. I'll Google it. It's all right.
Reason why that flagpole.
Were you gonna say something?
I was gonna say it's a hard one to put into appropriate terms at times. Google's probably the best
I
one.
can say communist, but yeah.
Well, there's different flavors of communism.
Right.
You have Marxism, Stalinism. You have there's different to just say commie. That's authoritarian, left wing, hellscape. Like I said, I don't need to define this. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be rude about it.
Was not brought up into compliance within 24 hours. You know, I'm sorry that's happening, but they are not in compliance with the United States flag codes laws by not flying Old Glory and the POW flag underneath. So, hey, I'm going to go back and, hey, Topher Life, fabulous having y'all aboard. AJOT, American Justice of Texas. Hey.
American Justice of Texas. Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah. Kay Stevens.
I think AUDITS in this post office's backyard. Why don't you guys come on down? Let's make it a party.
Yeah, let's make it a party if you like. If AJOT and Toe for Life would like to do that, yeah.
If the broom
Hey,
is still warm
Joyce.
from Halloween, maybe hop on the broom. Come on down.
Hop on the broom.
If it's still warm. You know.
Yeah. My broom is still warm. Hey, Joyce McDermott. They work for the American people and act that way? Wow. Maybe we should let Congress know how we're treated. I mean, Congress is who decides how much is spent on postal service things.
Yes,
How much their
so cool.
stamps cost, how much their wages are. Oh, you gave her a constitution. Oh, cool. I love it.
Might discriminate on you.
They might. They certainly might.
You know, this is a county post office here. That's why there's no flag outside.
Yeah. They would be in compliance with federal law, flag code laws, if they really cared.
I don't think that this is
Well, she was on the phone. She was just out.
Done doing her job for the day. She might need to left on the back door.
Well,
We won't see her again.
perhaps Sergeant Walters or whoever Walters was on last night, maybe he caught the call and.
Oh, how long have you been there? You must know everything.
Oh, man. She's just doing her First Amendment.
She gets her.
Well, she's doing her First Amendment. Nobody stifled her.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
But she didn't know what she was talking
Start calling Georgetown, Texas Postal Service.
Or just the one in Washington, D.C.
Or the one in Washington, D.C., and let them know how Georgetown, Texas is doing the people out here.
And maybe
We come in to ask a question and a concern about why this particular post office is, Connie's right, is not in compliance with U.S. federal flag codes.
they're rounding up the dogs back there.
Oh, well, that's okay. They can round up the pups.
Bring out the hounds on it.
They can roll up with the pet pups.
Here's my question.
Connie's.
Here's my
This
question.
Yeah.
Does this rise to the level of disturbance? Is this interfering with the day-to-day business that the post office is supposed to be doing?
I think the police would say yes, because the post office gave her a response to why the flag is not hung.
Right.
It doesn't seem like they've tried to get any more information. Like, you know what I mean? I don't think they asked if there was an order put in to have the flag repaired or speak to somebody about what's going to be done and get a time frame. You know what I mean? So I think the police would probably say, okay, so your business is done here.
Right. But that doesn't seem to be the purpose of what she's there for. She went and covered that in the first 30 seconds she was in there and hasn't really addressed it since, except to whine like a petulant child.
One of them things. You gotta pick your battles. I don't think that
It's not against the law to be an asshole. That's the only reason I'm not in jail.
Yeah. No, I feel that in my heart.
But my question stands: is this to the level of a disturbance that interferes with a normal business operation? Are they in the way? Are they bothering customers?
She's not really being loud though. She's not yelling. Creating a real
Periods of time. I wouldn't say consistently though.
Yeah, no. I'd go with overall no. I would go with the police would try and use her disturbing business as a way to move her, but other than that, no, she's filming, she's talking. I mean, we may not agree with what she's saying, or you may, who knows?
Or how she says.
But even that, it's not. I mean, really, you don't have to say anything nice to them. You can.
That's true. No, like I said,
So
Oh my
if
God,
it comes down
dog.
to it, like, yeah, it's tough. I don't think so. I know what the police. I think I'd like to think I know what the police would say, which was that she's disturbing business and blah 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 and interfering. But you never know. Sometimes they come out with even more outlandish stuff. But
Did the postmaster ever actually ask them to leave?
We're getting there.
Okay.
So this is around the time where I come in, and this is going to be my video from here on out. Oh wait, I gotta share it. Hold up. Georgetown Post Office. Yes, this is here. R19.
Absolutely, YouTube police. I appreciate it, brother.
So did you see the question? Oh wait. Should an auditor stir the pot because they can?
I'm not an auditor.
What's the definition of stirring the pot? Like, whose opinion would be saying they're stirring the pot versus exercising their rights, I guess?
there's different times for that. I feel because I will absolutely stir the pot if I have a reason to, and I feel like I have an appropriate reason to, just because I can, and I feel like they deserve it. But I there are times I could go the other way with that too. It's a hard question.
Making a scene though. That's Tiny
Yeah.
T pointed that out. That's kind of how I feel about it. It's not so much the right to do it as the appearance it gives other people attempting to do good works. When someone comes out and does something shady, it kind of casts shade on everybody involved.
So when I got there, Ryan, there was one cop car there with 2 officers inside. Yes. The postmaster, that's why you haven't seen her since she showed up, because she went to call the police.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, that's right. So anyway, we've got 2 Georgetown police officers here. I don't know what.
Always. I was watching Lady Justices live and saw what was going on and ran up here.
We'll go there and we'll put them live.
You sure will.
We'll find out how common they are. Another car. Maybe our buddy.
Maybe it's Walters.
Oh, we got another one.
No.
58.
We all go to the same barber. So.
We all been in
It's car 58.
We were in one with Walters, but that car was our friend that last time.
Yeah.
You missed that.
Heather Holt said to ask if they've got the memo not to engage with photographers.
Say that again.
Heather Holt said ask if they've gotten the memo to not engage with photographers.
Amazing. Do you have a card?
Pretty please.
In exchange for the book. Oh, that'll be all right. Go get it. No, we're not doing anything. They don't need your assistance right now. We'll wait for you.
Yeah, I'll grab a card. Okay.
There's the book, man.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, have you ever read this one? It's called the Constitution of the United States. I was hoping to hit you up to it.
Okay.
Yeah, so basically, I'm being discriminated on here today in this federal
Oh,
building
no.
for being
Yeah, we
American.
can ask a question. This post office is not in compliance with United States flag code. They are not. We caught them. We came in to ask why the United States flag, as well as the POW flag, is not being flown.
Fair question.
Israel back here, as well as this lady over here next. I didn't get her name. Sorry, I don't like calling people.
It's okay. No, I understand.
Not being flown.
So those who don't know that, I found the flag code for the post office, and that's what that was. What she's trying to talk about.
Israel back here, as well as this lady over here next. I didn't get her name. Sorry, I don't like calling people.
It's okay. No, I understand.
Anyway, both of them said that they had been vandalized a week ago and 2 weeks ago.
Well, they called the cops, obviously.
Homes had been cut, and somebody, I guess, stole their flags. Yeah, I know. Well, they're still supposed to be in compliance.
I haven't, dude.
So, and all we got was stipend.
I'm just like in awe.
Shame, shame, shame. I can actually take her jacket for trying to pull one of those really fast goes on.
I'm a cop watcher. I don't do this
As
much.
well as.
So I'm watching. I'm a rookie.
Yeah, you don't do that. And under poster 7, I'm right where I need to be.
All right. Now has reached the level of a disturbance. Is she not standing right in front of the walkway? Between the two of you, are you not blocking traffic?
No, I mean she's not blocking it because it's wide enough, but she's definitely in the entranceway.
And has she made enough of a scene to be considered disturbance yet?
No,
No.
I don't think even standing there, there's room. Nobody's standing there trying to get by. But I would choose to probably stand somewhere else just to even avoid that. But
right.
Oh, she's still doing the same thing. I mean, she's not getting any louder. She's not. She's not.
Right.
Some people just aren't. She sounds a certain type of way. You know what I mean? Stern or whatever, however you want to say it. Nicely.
Has the same problem. When he talks, he sounds very angry all the time, and he's not. He's a very jovial fellow.
I think it's like condescending is almost the word for it. I was trying to think of other words for it, but that's like what comes to mind.
I think she's being more herself after AJOT shows up than she was before, or is she still on the same even keel of a little outlandish?
I feel like I haven't seen enough yet. I feel like
You
so
ain't
far.
seen nothing yet. Okay.
And what was weird too is they said that, well, it's not weird, but if the flag got taken down a week ago and 2 weeks ago, that means they fixed it within a week the first time. So the second time is obviously going to take a little bit longer. Like, and what happens if it keeps getting cut? Are they just going to take longer and longer every time?
Wrote in on the First Amendment, so.
Okay.
Let's get a bright shot of his face for the permanent record. Shout out to No Name Coder.
No Name Coder.
Let's get that database up and running.
Absolutely. This is Carrie. First initial Carrie.
L.
Carrie, what is your number?
129.
129. Hey.
Record, right? That's all I'm supposed to do.
As it turns out, I guess records about police officers
They can do it all.
tend to not be available when we need them.
Oh, well, we're going to change that.
Yeah, so we have a friend
officer
named
at a time.
What's up, Four Corner? Good to see you.
It's fabulous.
That's a good
Y'all
one.
haven't checked out Four Corners. Y'all need to go check them out. Awesome channel.
Calls and stifle rights. Do your job, stifle rights.
Please drop the link, Heather, for our Four Corner auditing. Oh my.
Who's that?
Can we see that again?
That was them saying, commies or yeah.
Did I ruin everything? I'm sorry.
No, there's a question or a comment that so that kid is not my concern whatsoever, and there's nothing wrong with that child being in a post office in a normal day.
People are ignorant.
Good to see you.
It's fabulous.
If If y'all haven't checked out Four Corners, y'all need to go check them out.
Come to one of
Awesome
these dumb
channel.
calls and stifle rights. Do your job, stifle rights.
Please drop the link, Heather, for our Four Corner auditing.
So at this point, my observation is they're fueling each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nobody's really paying attention to them at this moment. You know, they're just their team. They're fueling each other. That's
I just want to know why the flag. What has them so invested in this? Like that you're gonna. I don't know. It just seems like a lot just for this. You know what I mean? Like with the answers that have already been presented. I feel like there's other ways that it probably could have been done more effectively. Like
Yeah, you could file a legitimate complaint.
your situation's like different from theirs because you're like a outside person now coming in and watching that, like everybody. I don't even feel like you're necessarily a part of that. Like
exactly
your own thing now. Record just witnessing everything, and
right.
I don't see.
And my reaction is gonna say all of that.
Okay.
Oh my.
Hey, Bingus, welcome to the show, bud.
What's up, Chaz? Detective, good to see you.
Officer sneaking in. ID?
How you doing? I'm Officer Bradley, 142.
Hi, Officer Bradley. And what was your number?
142.
Officer Bradley, no name coder. We've got Officer Bradley. 142.
Correct. What are you guys videoing?
I don't answer questions.
I said, what are you guys videoing?
Hand slower.
So after I said what I said, right? I'm like, right on, AJ, you know, and then she goes, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? You know, like,
You want to?
Because we can. That's first off.
That's correct.
That is correct. We came in here to ask why this United States Post Office
and I've been
is
waiting a
not
while
in
to say that.
the United States, they're not in compliance with the flag codes of the United States right now.
CXL, welcome in.
I'm sorry that they were victimized, I guess, a week ago and 2 weeks ago.
I don't like him standing behind me.
That's what we were told by Israel over here.
Get him, girl.
But that's still no excuse. That's still over a week of non-compliance.
All right, hold on. I want you to see these two guys here. Y'all take a good look at these two guys right here. These guys are so absolutely fed up with this day, and they're mildly interested in what's going on and mostly angry that they had to get out of their car. There are some completely unaccompanied donuts in that car.
Oh yeah.
This dude over here has had just about enough. He's right at the edge of his rope. He's like, man, I didn't sign up for this.
Yeah, lean up against the wall.
Right?
Go.
Wow.
As the postmaster of Georgetown, I respectfully ask you guys to leave our lobby. And
Not doing it.
you.
Well, I need to have
every
some
right.
answers. I have some.
Listen. Oh, we have to listen.
Oh, I don't have to listen to you.
Explain it to us,
Every
guys.
right.
Hurley,
to
Hurley,
feel on
step
the
back,
public sidewalk.
step back, Hurley. You're not.
Explain it. I want to hear it. Go ahead. Everyone does. Go on 10 platforms. Go right ahead.
Yeah, please explain. You're live on 10 platforms, ma'am.
I'm not trying to, sir. I see you're trying to intimidate me and just stop. Everyone's speaking. My rights do not stand tall here. What the fuck is wrong with you people? What the fuck is wrong with you? Huh? What is wrong with you fucking guys? Huh? You're gonna come here and stifle our fucking rights? What's wrong with these people here today, huh? What's wrong with you, shit. You're gonna you should arrest these officers right here. What the fuck is wrong with these cops? Did they take your brains out in the academy?
I need your card. I need your card.
I'll give you guys all that outside.
Fuck you.
All right. So now, have we reached the level of causing a disturbance?
Well, duh.
I do want to make one point. Homie said all of that while he's walking towards the exit.
Yeah, I don't.
Turned and
Dude,
started towards the exit, started screaming.
he had me all the way on his side until that came out, and then once that started, I was like, you know what I mean? You're just handing them what they need. Why are you going to give them exactly what they're looking for? Like,
Yeah, disturbing the peace, disorderly, all that good stuff.
everybody in there, all those post office employees, are all going to write statements saying they were offended and those
Present.
he breached their peace and those words hurt their ears. You know what I mean? Like, they know. And
So everything that they were trying to, when they were calmer and stuff like that, you know what I mean, say the reason for them being there and blah, 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 all that just got blown away, ignored. Nobody remembers why they're there in the first place, right? Because they're looking at this moment and being like, what the
and this is my problem with it, because I haven't even seen it yet, and I bet you anything that you're in their category and they're going to throw you out with them when you really don't have anything to do with them.
Right? She could have been just a separate person in there recording the whole situation, their situation.
Yeah, that's what I took it as. I mean, I know that you've seen it beforehand, but because you were in the chat, so what? Like, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter.
Right. They didn't
show up there.
know that I knew them. Correct. I could have been just another person coming in to use the, you know what I mean, post office and saw this going on and decided to film myself.
But if Joe Schmo pulled his phone out in the corner now and wants to record all of them, now he's going to get thrown out too because his phone's out? Like, this is...
But one point I want to make that I've noticed, the cops that have showed up are watching the two people that are screaming. They haven't even looked over at AJOT even once. They glanced at her when they first walked in and otherwise haven't nothing.
That's right. Well, they're focused on the aggressors.
They didn't talk to her because she G-checked them.
Yep. Straight up.
No
one said they weren't leaving either. This place is all on me. Okay, calm down.
We'll give you guys.
I'll answer that in a minute.
That's a woman, you fucking cowards. Every single fucking time.
You don't have to touch me. You can back up. Okay.
Can you go with them, please?
Cowards.
This door's locked.
There's an open one right next to you.
Yeah.
Well, there might be an open one next to
You guys see it? We get a fucking down here, guys.
breakers?
I'm outside. This was a public area, by the way.
You're an breaker? Excuse me, who else is an open
We're
breaker?
outside now. This is definitively public space. This is public space. You have no authority here. You have no authority here. That's true.
You have no jurisdiction here.
Public.
Georgetown has no jurisdiction here.
Public, guys.
I am letting
This is
you know.
a fucking public
Holy
facility.
shit.
Public facility.
Right now.
This is all
This
public space,
federal
guys.
property.
Public
This is
servant,
public.
public servant, public
You
servant,
guys
public
now
servant,
got
public servant,
a
public
fucking
parking,
protest.
public.
Oh yeah, I'm a fucking
All
professional.
right, stand tall here today.
I wrote in on the First Amendment. I'm doing a constitutionally protected activity at this U.S. post office. We might be outside.
You guys already did a wonderful job. Shooting.
I want your cards. I've requested cards.
I'm illiterate. I want all your cards for my lawyer. And my complaint form.
I'm just filming. I'm recording.
See there, right? Stand by at the department because we got some
Can you pause
complaints
it,
to
AJ?
make now. All right? Yeah, we're full service after this, guys.
It's straight out. You know, I just read the comment. You know, it makes the 1A community look bad. And, you know, there's several auditors that do bring up, you know, the cops are going to remember this. They went in there, you know, they ended up being super aggressive right here. And anybody that ever tries to do a correct audit there, go in and, you know, not make the flag the issue, just go in to do an audit and just bring up the flag, you know. But anybody that tries to go in there and film now, the cops are going to remember this and they're going to immediately think anybody that comes in with the camera is going to go in there being aggressive toward them.
Hey, Jonathan, welcome to the show, bud. I don't know. I don't think I have a good thing to say about, you know how much I don't like to be negative. Quite frankly, these cops are going to remember you in association with this event, even though the only words you have said so far is I don't answer questions and well shit. which that escalated really quickly. I got to say that.
For sure.
Well, and it's not like, and I got to go back to, it's not like they didn't get answers. They got answers to the questions. So I don't think that this was appropriate.
They didn't even ask the questions that should have been asked to get the
Well, I
right
know.
answers. But yes, I understand what you're saying.
It was just skip all that and we're going to go straight to this, which doesn't add up to me, but you know what I mean? I wasn't there, so who knows? But, and like I said before, and Sasquatch just said it, you're now tied into all that and look a certain way, and they're going to remember you forever. Even if you talk to them and have 10 more conversations with them that are perfectly fine, they're always going to remember you as this, and a part of this, and you didn't do anything wrong.
No, you were on point. Everything, as far as I can tell, your activities and actions were flawless. I mean, that's the way an audit should go, is you show up, you film, you don't bother nobody, they don't bother you, you leave and go on elsewhere.
Yeah.
If you have your questions, ask your questions. Yeah.
Sure, if you've got questions, absolutely.
That's
And we
Leroy, that's Amazing Audits is the guy.
Oh, so I thought of this too before and I almost forgot about it. I feel like they almost put you in a bad situation because
100%.
nobody, why would they just start screaming and yelling and swears in there? And now you're talking with them. Like, you got to be able to, you're already in a bad situation to begin with. Just going out there with a camera, even if you're not doing anything wrong, you're going to be painted as a bad guy. And then, to now have other people with you, you know how you're going to do everything. I know what I'm going to do before I do it. You know what I mean? But I don't know what anybody else is going to do. And I bet you it looks like those two have audited together in the past, I would assume, by the way they're interacting and getting along so great. But so they know what each other are going to do, and they're not caught off guard when one of them loses it and just starts doing something. Like, you know what I mean? They just jump on board. And then you, on the other hand, didn't do anything except for just recorded, and now you have to leave and you're a part of it. And like you said before, the initial reason, the flag, all that's forgotten. And you know what I mean? We didn't forget about it because we're talking about it, but nobody else cares. It's right, how it
they're going to be telling a story. Man, let me tell you about some crazies that were up at the post office, right? Yeah, I mean, it's just
that it makes everybody look bad.
Is she a sovereign citizen?
At that point,
I don't know. What I'm asking, someone asked this earlier in chat, and I don't have an answer for that.
It depends if she really thinks she's above the law or if she's expecting to get arrested. You know what I mean? Because some people go out there completely knowing that they're going to get arrested. They're going to,
like, she expects to be arrested.
Huh?
I mean, she's been arrested before.
She is dressed like she's expecting to be arrested.
So no. I mean, if she really believes she's above the law and that the laws don't apply to her, then she's a sovereign citizen. But if she goes out there and thinks that she may get arrested for what she's about to do because she knows she's going to go break the law in front of the cops, then no, that's something that you'd have to come up with something else for that.
Just okay, I'll give you that one. It's just dumb, right? Okay.
I don't know.
I mean, we can agree that breaking the law in front of the cops is kind of dumb.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say that, but I mean, it gets hard at times because sometimes, I mean, I've done it. You'll cuss cops out, or you'll be having an interaction with a cop, and you can tie it into getting in trouble with something throughout that. You know what I mean? If you do it in front of the wrong person or wrong place. So, and there's a complainant, but, and I know when I do it, it's stupid, and if I got in trouble for it, I'd still feel like an idiot for doing it, but I can't act like, you know what I mean, sit here and say certain things like I never do them. I'm far from perfect, and I make my own fair share of mistakes. And Aja had said earlier, like, she was talking about how people were saying, I don't know if she was necessarily talking about her or somebody else, I couldn't remember, but about how people were saying that she was being too aggressive or they were being too aggressive at times. And I've had my fair share of that, and I feel like when I first started last year, all my first videos were like real raw, and I was like really didn't know how to interact with the cops and was like real standoffish. And I think throughout doing it, you get better. But
Yeah, you come into your own.
Well,
yeah,
you get better and wiser, not.
yeah. But and you also can't please everybody though, because like I tone it back a lot, and then people are like, well, why didn't you cuss? Why didn't you tell them how you felt, or this or that? And you know what I mean? And it's like, man, I don't know. But at the end of the day, I feel like you were talking about too. The message is the important part, and I would rather tone it back a little bit if it means my message is going to get a little further.
Lady Justice, welcome in.
Oh, 100%.
Like,
salutations, Lady Justice. My thing is I firmly believe that you tend to get more reaction, interaction, and a better footing for all of this with honey rather than vinegar. When you're having these interactions, like take good guy Audits. Some people don't like him. I love his method.
Yep.
When they start talking trash to him, you can almost hear him smile. The very second they go sideways, he gets nicer. When they get rude, he's even nicer. It's obnoxiously nice, and it's an amazing little protest method, I guess, because it's really hard to argue with someone who's currently agreeing with you.
Well, and this is what I've been trying to figure out too, and maybe some of you guys will know, but like, what were they hoping to accomplish? Like they were going to run and get a rope right now, and they were going to put the rope up, or they were going to finally get to see a work order that they didn't even ask for. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what are you hoping to accomplish with this right here? Like, I don't know.
I don't understand. I guess I just don't understand the circumstances well enough.
Bullshit. We were not more than welcome to videotape, and now you asked us to leave the fucking building. Now you want to frame it any way you want. You are lying fucking POS, Bradley. Lying POS here, guys. Lying POS. Lying POS. Dog man here. Pig-faced dog. This is your pig-faced dogs right here, guys. Oh, excellent job.
Well, then I need your stuff written down. I'm requesting.
Take these for the permanent record there. This is the field training officer.
Right here?
Rhea.
We've got an officer right here.
We're in public. We've done nothing wrong. We're in public. We've committed no crime.
Public sidewalk is right over there. That's where y'all need to go.
No, we're in public. This is public property. We left the building.
We're not in
We're
the
not
building.
86
The public sidewalk is right over there.
We are not.
Right there. Right there.
Bullshit. Right
Well,
here.
this is a
I
public
want the fucking
sidewalk.
cards. I'm not good. Give me all the fucking cards now.
Yeah, we have requested.
Comply.
cards
Stop
from each and
resisting.
every one of you.
Stop fucking resisting. It's funny, huh, bitch? Dog face pig. Fucking dog face pig. Bradley, dog face pig. Right there. You're in the front record. Got you, buddy. Two more. Two more cards. Two more fucking cards, guys. I want the fucking cards now. Stop resisting.
Stop resisting.
Stop resisting.
Stop resisting. Comply. All right.
I want your fucking cards. Let's go. We're going to the people here, guys. All right? Stop resisting. I want their names, Rhea. I was a nice guy when I walked in here, man. Thank you. Thank you for doing your job, all right?
You still are a nice guy, that cop said.
Thank you. I want
Yes,
one more. I'm
please.
missing one. Okay, I got, I don't get these. Look, this card is blank. This card has no name on it. Who gave me this?
Oh, shit.
Wait, did somebody give you a blank card?
Thank you for giving me your card.
So yes, 2 officers gave him a blank card, and I don't know if you heard the sirens, right?
That should be
in
a
the
crime.
background. So at this point, with all of this, and I hear those sirens, I'm like, oh fuck, here they come, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like I was just expecting it. I was preparing myself mentally, you know, like da da da. It was crazy, and then the sirens just go by, and I was like,
Oh, they do go by?
yeah, they do.
Oh. They gave him
Two
blank
people gave me blank cards, guys. 2 people gave me cards with no names on it, like dogs. We are in public. We've committed no crime. We've committed no crime here today. We've had our rights stifled by your officers. This is a commie county, ma'am. I wouldn't spend your money here. Commie post office. I didn't get the cards, guys. Are you gonna get them for me?
What do you need?
These cards are blank. I have Perry's. That's the only one. And yours, Rhea. I have Perry's and Rhea's. I have no one else's. Thanks, Bradley.
What else do you need,
You
brother?
tried to pull a fast one, Dad.
No, they're all right there.
Yeah. Well, we expect better.
I thought that dude was wearing the hat.
We're gonna give you all the money.
Thank you. I sure appreciate it. Way to de-escalate, guys, when you after you stifled our rights. Well, it's true, Rhea, man. We came. You know why I came here today?
I'm not arguing with you.
Okay.
You guys
I hear you.
can videotape it or all
Yeah, and don't go after the women, guys.
I'm not
Don't do that.
Be more manly. Be more fucking manly.
It's amazing on it.
Because you can.
No.
Yeah, that's this guy right here. Yeah, you.
That was horrible.
Me?
You know why I came in here today?
I'll
See if they
interview
would find
anybody
the
who
flag,
interviews.
because usually they're just a little behind in the morning, and if you ask them, they'll come right out and put it up. They're actually obligated to, and that's their job, part of it, and they don't want to do it.
Thank you, son. I love it.
Who's cutting the cord? Are they coming by cutting it? Are they the ones that cut it? That's what I want investigated here. And that way they don't got to do it.
Old Glory is not. Well,
So, I cop watch mainly. Auditing is new to me. I'm still learning, but holy shit. Yeah, I'm speechless. It was cool. Wow.
Hey, Jock.
anyway, we got
Everybody,
Mr.
thank
Mason
you.
sneaking around to the back.
Got a question.
I don't even know what to say. Yes.
All right. So at that moment, were you hopped up on adrenaline like a speed freak monkey?
Oh, for sure.
Like,
I mean, my heart was racing. It, like I said, this experience, it made, it messed with me, for a day or two.
it must have been that we're here having this conversation now.
Exactly. And this was 7 months ago, guys. Like,
At the end of it,
this is the end of this part. We go and make a complaint and fill out a complaint form. Of course, that one was a lot longer, but I edited it down.
I don't think anybody will say it, but I think, I mean, the cops did do a good job. I feel like if would go do that up here. I don't feel like it would turn out the same.
What in part two, I got up enough balls to confront some of the situations that were going on with Lady Justice, and try to have a different perspective. So you'll see that.
Okay.
So yeah, this is the end of this one, and we'll just cut it real quick, and I'll go to the next one. And there is 52 awesome people between the rooms.
Awesome sauce.
Lady, and I love you. Like, this was not the you that I have watched. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't know how else to say it.
I think we all have, I mean, anybody that makes videos, I think everybody has situations or videos they feel like that about. I mean, I know I do. I have videos that I'm like, I don't know, man. But I just feel like it comes with it at times. Or
yeah, well, it does come with it at times. I mean, I believe you give what you get. And if you get disrespect, then of course, don't let it slide. Give disrespect, of course.
yes, that's actually like one of my main mottos I live by. It's like,
Well, both of us are, more calmer auditors. We're, like you said, we're going to go in and do the audit and then address the flag. Like on cop watches, I'll walk,
Yeah.
walk up to a cop watch and I'll walk around the squad cars, get the car numbers and everything like that. And if I notice a license plate lights out, whenever, I have a chance, I bring it up to the cop. Hey, your license plate light out, is out. I mean, it's one of those things like the flag, you address as you go through the cop watch or the audit that you're on.
Yeah.
Address what needs to be addressed. But, of course, like I said, from the very beginning, everybody has their own style, their own way.
Yeah.
But, like I said, it's definitely give what you get type kind of situation.
Yeah. I couldn't agree more.
Well, and if I knew then what I know now about like the post office audits, I definitely would have tried to steer the situation a little differently, because I'm part of the group, but Poster 7 is controversial within itself, I guess is the best way to say it. But yeah.
Yeah, Poster 7 goes deeper than what is stated just on the Poster 7. There's guidelines under the Poster 7 and where it talks about photography.
I mean, go check out the audit. He explains it
more in
very,
depth.
Yeah, more in depth is the better way to say it. So we go to the police station to file a complaint is where we're at now.
I need to file a complaint on them as well.
How much later is this?
What are they?
We left the post office and drove there. I think it was 10, maybe 15 minutes.
Call it 15 minutes. 15 minutes later at this place. Go ahead.
Yes.
I'm happy with it.
Huh?
Who are they complaining? Who are they complaining on exactly? Like,
they're complaining on
because they had to leave the post office. Like what?
And the cops. Everybody is the best way to say it.
Okay. All right.
But the formal complaint is on the postmaster.
Okay.
Everyone fine?
I don't know what that means.
And I can check you in and have you
Thanks, Baby Bean.
speak to dispatch and get the information that you need.
This is Texas.
Go right over to the police department window and see if they can do it without being formally checked yet.
Absolutely.
I don't need to be, I can remain anonymous is what I'm trying to say for filing a report.
You're welcome.
I know that. So
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about just if they're going to call in some officers to speak with you, it's our procedure. It never comes into the police department to badge them in.
I don't understand what badging is.
It's a checking in, a logging in.
Oh, so you can remain anonymous though, right?
Yes. We can remain anonymous, that's part of it.
Well, you are go and check it.
Thank you, ma'am. And what was your name, please?
I'm a volunteer here and I'm not giving.
You volunteer for the
You're a
public, right?
volunteer for the public, ma'am. Get it right.
That's shameful.
Yes, it is very shameful. You guys, you're.
Hi, how are you?
So we're not giving you.
All right, let me see if I understand what's going on. They came in to file a complaint. The first person they talked to didn't like the way she was being talked to, explained that she was a volunteer and left.
She didn't want to give her name, which
if she's a volunteer, I mean,
she's still working for the public.
Yeah.
Until she walked away. I'd be volunteering. I Okay, I get what you're
She
saying,
still did a complaint.
but can she not just walk away and go home?
She's not. I mean, if she really is a volunteer, I mean, who knows if she is? Like up here, we have some police stations that'll hire, which they're like, they call themselves private citizens, but they're working for the department, like dispatch, almost, but they're not. You're working for the public, so you got to give your name. You're not a private citizen.
No, you're right. You're right. I stand corrected. But
If you want to volunteer, if you're there in that role, you still have to follow the same rules as everybody else. It doesn't matter if you're there for free or whatever. Like you're there to do a job.
Can she not just rage quit and walk out? Like
it looked like it.
It does look like it, doesn't it? Okay.
She needs to understand the Constitution. She's a horrible receptionist. She's horrible. She needs to give up her post immediately.
Oh, what's up?
She needs to retire and give up her post.
This is Nancy Greenblatt.
Nancy Greenblatt.
Greenblatt, Nancy Greenblatt.
Yeah.
She's a volunteer.
She's a volunteer.
I agree.
And guess what? I wrote in on the First Amendment, ma'am.
I don't know. Oh, I'll keep my mouth shut.
And let them know the volunteer is a horrible receptionist.
Everybody has their own style way, I guess.
Time out.
I don't know why she wouldn't say her name.
Because I'm trying to figure this out still. So they're there to complain on the postmaster. Is that right?
Yes, but they're also going to make complaints
On the postmaster for what exactly?
for stifling their rights. And
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But what are they gonna? How? But I don't see where. Like, if they didn't hand them the reason to make them leave and start swearing and yelling, I would understand the complaint a little more. But you literally gave them the reason they needed to make you leave. So it's kind of hard to say that. You know what I mean? Like, that's where I.
Well, he didn't go into the episode till after we were asked to leave. And
Were they making you leave though? At that point, I thought they made you leave. Like once they started swearing.
Right. So the postmaster came up, said, you know, I asked for you to leave, and then he blows up, and then we get pushed out the door.
Because there's a billion times, I've been a million places that I've been asked to leave a million times, and being asked to leave is different than forcing you to leave. You know what I mean?
Correct.
These places a lot of the times will ask many times, and so I mean, which if you want to complain on that, go ahead. But that's why I was trying to figure it all out, make sure I had it correct.
If
Yeah,
I
or
walked into a
under like
public
threat of
place-
arrest too. So
if I walked into a public place behaving the way this has been going on, my mother would rise out of her grave and slap me. I'm sorry, I'm just a very polite person when I'm in public. The way I see it is public servants kind of get a short end of the stick in a lot of cases, and sometimes a nice disposition goes a very, very long way when dealing with government entities.
I know how I feel, and it's this is like almost one of the audits. I see audits every now and then, like every few weeks, in my like local news feed, in my local news stuff, and it's about audits of like people just saying that, like the article writer just saying that the people were just in there harassing the public employees and causing a disturbance. Like this is one of the videos they'd use for that. Like, they're just in there being loud and swearing and yelling. You know what I mean? It brings you backwards from where you began. Like you're not gonna get anywhere.
right. I mean, they're going to listen to you whether they're going to listen to you or not. Whether you're yelling or you go in there calm, if they're not going to, pay you no attention or listen to any sense that you try to give to them, they're going to come up with their own conclusions anyways.
I'm just of the opinion that it is easier to deal with someone when you're being as, I guess, courteous. I kind of put a lot of stock in how nice someone stressed out.
I would even understand more with the auditor side if there was a more, in my opinion, valid reason to be that upset. I don't feel like it was that big of a deal with the answers they got about the flag and the answers they didn't even bother to ask for. You know what I mean? That you'd be up this upset over it.
All right. So were they removed from the post office for filming, do you think?
No.
I think so. They were removed from the post office basically for causing a scene. And they came
No, I
immediately
think it was
here.
for all of it.
Yeah, it was there was a disturbance. Right? And y'all left, and you left willingly. It wasn't like anybody grabbed you and tossed you out and bounced you twice.
I got pushed out the door. What are you talking about?
But you didn't get like drop kicked into the middle of next week. They didn't like power bomb you in the middle of the mat.
Right.
Hands on is hands on. It's still
You're right. Hands on is hands.
What complaints than anybody? Because you didn't make a scene. You didn't do anything.
Yeah, that's true. Your hands are
literally made you leave for being associated with them.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of has a splash damage effect, though.
Yeah, and it always will. It always will.
Okay, let's check it out.
I don't get it. I don't understand. But I don't think that voices need to be raised either. Tom Cool Collective. Just for fun, you can leave. By all means. Look, I love Lady Justice. I just met amazing audits. They do their thing, I do mine. I'm here
This
to
was
report
my
and learn.
like one-on-one moment with my chat, right?
I don't agree with way things are done necessarily. Therefore, I keep my mouth shut. Yes, I know. Oh, no need to yell. Nothing gets accomplished with yelling. Oh, I'm not learning how to do things wrongly. I'm learning what not to do, so you don't look like an ass. I hate to say that. It sounds ugly, but I don't know.
You don't have
Thank
to
you,
agree.
Melissa. I appreciate it. What I'm learning, though, seventh son, is how to do a complaint form. I know how to interact with people.
What kind of things are redacted?
Well, photography colleagues, good to see you, bud.
I'm sorry.
They not redact like the social security numbers, stuff like
I'll be
that.
honest with you. I've been confused by
name.
this whole process that's occurred. It's all very unusual in my opinion. It just seems to be a contrived circumstance by which to bother people, I guess. I don't know. It doesn't feel genuine to me. It feels like it was specifically done because there was an opportunity for clicks and views, perhaps in hopes of trying to trigger some counter Karen or something. I don't know. It feels weird to me.
So who are you saying is passive aggressive? Because I am the camera person, and I don't think I'm being passive aggressive. But
No, but I was gonna say good job on how you did that when you went away, like, and made your statement on how you feel on everything, because like we've been saying, it's you get tied into it by just being there, and you're not tied into their situation. You have your own feelings, your own thoughts, and how you're
and it's about respect. I mean,
Yeah,
for sure.
How you would have handled it, yeah.
Yeah, and you're not doing anything that they've done, but you've been punished for what they did.
Correct. That's 100% right.
You're not wrong. You are exactly correct there. However, this is a circumstance by which it would be easy to associate the three in a court by simply them standing together performing the same actions.
So Tapatio's, it started at the post office, yeah, if you rewind, you'll see that whole episode. And so we went to the police station here to file a complaint on the postmaster for not following the flag code and for what they say, violating their rights. Okay.
And the names and the call ID numbers or whatever the numbers are that the officer has.
The fucking TARDIS, dude.
I know.
The fucking TARDIS, guys.
It looks cool.
The TARDIS.
The TARDIS.
The TARDIS.
Ooh.
You know the TARDIS?
The fire
Yes.
department and the
It does look
police
cool.
department are in the same
Sure.
one building.
Where does it take you? Hey, Todd, I'm not familiar with that.
What?
That show. Where does the TARDIS take you?
Oh, I don't
You
know.
have time, right?
Yes.
It does. Okay, it does take you to that.
Now, can these be emailed to me?
Yeah, you put your email up there.
Yes.
Now, pick it up in person, email.
Thanks for tuning in.
I don't know if you certify that copy through email.
Thank you.
I don't know.
They may have you pick it up. They'll call you though if it's something that you need to pick up.
Okay. I don't know, I did get a couple of names of officers that were there that may help your job a little bit better. I don't know. Bradley was there. Hurley was there.
Yes, there's fire and police in
Yeah, there were 8 officers.
That's
4
truth be
police
told.
cars. I do have the numbers of the patrol cars if I need them. That is correct, ma'am.
If you have any questions, we can call you.
Correct. All right. I'm trying to swipe your pen, I believe.
Oh, you put it in the box.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you're okay. That's a pretty good one too.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know there's 3 more in the box.
There are a couple more. Please. Yeah. Yeah, thank you.
But
I'm not gonna, how long will it take in order to get those?
No. And actually, my hair is kind of covered.
Thank you. Okay, the law says I have.
It's silver. I know it looks blonde, but it's kind of coming out. So yeah, police department
Sounds great. Thank you.
and fire department.
You too. Thank you.
Well, that's convenient. They can flood your apartment and beat you up all under one roof.
And badge numbers or call ID numbers. So they will be emailing me that information or calling me. I did not give them my name. My government name, no, they got Lady Justice Liberty Press at that Gmail address that I have. So well, and I am concerned about the volunteers they have in this office.
I would be the first person.
So once this statement is made, right, I'm like, okay, cool, we're done. You know what I mean? And then their attention goes back to the volunteer. And then this is where I couldn't keep silent anymore. I had to speak up. So.
Right, the first person you see and they question your rights.
Could it be maybe she just doesn't know her own rights?
You know what, that could be, maybe she needs. Thank you, Johnson. If you, the Constitution of the United States, because perhaps you don't know your rights, because you're stepping on my rights, by questioning my rights, a failure.
Disclaimer.
You don't get to work here
Warning.
much longer, even though you're a volunteer.
I was trying to do good by saying something. It's all in the approach and the tone.
She's refusing to take the Constitution, she's going to sign up here.
At this point, she says, deuces. Yes, it's a window class. Yes.
So I know y'all have your style, right? So had you maybe handled that differently with her, do you think that maybe it would have been a better interaction? Yes. I mean, it's all about tone, voice, and whatnot. If you're trying to teach somebody something, right? If you come aggressively or loudly, people tend to shut off, right? As a defense, that's what we do. We're human, or they become defensive. Had you maybe approached it differently, maybe she would have had a conversation.
Perhaps if we were on the street, I would agree with you. However, we're not on the street. We're
Okay.
inside the police station. She should already know. You would think a woman her age, you would hopefully know.
I mean, I'm 41 and I just recently learned exactly what my rights are. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. But to what we want is people to learn, right? What we're trying to teach. So we have to find a way to communicate with them. And her being a volunteer, I mean, she's volunteering to do this job. I understand where you're coming from. She should have the knowledge. Unfortunately, not everybody does. Crap, our own police officers themselves don't have it. You know what I'm saying? So just a different perspective on it.
Well, she's the one that started, yeah, that is true. She is the one that started questioning, why are you filming me? Don't film me.
Right. And your reaction was, had you maybe, well, the reason I'm filming, explain it in a more calmer manner. Maybe she would have sat and listened to what you had to say and then could have respected you for doing what you do. And then, I don't know. I mean, it's just a different perspective.
She did get to something.
It's possible.
When the gentleman came back here, because he understands, guess what? You can't be doing that when you're working with the public. You can't be questioning rights.
Right.
So I think you did a really good job there.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I don't even like approaching situations like that because people most of the time don't even take what you have to say as constructive criticism. And I think she did actually a pretty good job too of receiving it. And I get where she's coming from because these people should know these things when they, you know what I mean? And it is aggravating, but how you responded was perfectly too, because we do need to be able to communicate with them. And it seems like more public servants than not have bigger egos than the average person and get offended very easily. Never mind, or somebody just coming in there and talking down to them and telling them that they have to listen and they have to do it like this and that. And you know what I mean? And it's about bridging the gap and making it easier to be able to communicate with these people. And it just doesn't seem like this way is really accomplishing much.
No. De-escalation skills. It's definitely needs to be put in this situation.
Truth be told, has one of the most magnificent interactions I've ever seen with cops. I can't remember what was the one I edited for you. The
Burkles, that's Gonzales,
Burkle,
Louisiana.
Yeah. That whole thing shows the level of calm when put in a situation where the other people are the ones that are upset. When the cops get upset, things tend to go south really, really quick. The auditors get upset, it can go south too. Like ask Pepperoni audits. He'll tell you.
Oh, yeah.
Or we put ourselves in bad situations easier when we're upset. You know what I mean? When we're not thinking straight. I feel like it's easier to slip up and do something wrong. And that's when we pay for it. So
yeah.
Oh no, I'm not asking them to be an emotionless. That's not what I'm asking personally. My request is for transparency. I don't want that weird nepotism, backdoor cover-up BS that goes on everywhere all the time. The corruption, the underhanded dealing, that whole 9 yards. Sunlight is a great disinfectant. That's all I'm after. Transparency, accountability. Beyond that, I have no concerns with this entire. I don't have a dog in that fight. But if I'm handled, if my case always gets mishandled and everyone else I hear of's case always gets mishandled, then perhaps it's a problem with the people involved in the system and not a problem necessarily with the system itself.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to go deep.
Correct.
Here or not in this facet, I guess, or this entity.
Well, I think we should just go ahead and have the viewers decide what they think. Don't you think we already got a court of public opinion here? They can call it. They think she did a good job and tell her that themselves, or they can complain.
So people in my chat, are like, whoa. And that's why I'm voicing, what I'm saying, just, from a different perspective. Maybe if we, because we're making a difference, but I think we can make a bigger difference, right? So it's got to be in the way that we are trying to do it in, is the only way I see it. It's just,
I'm addressed this. You're all good. I think of this as my art form.
Right, and I understand that, right.
Not with the commenters, not with the community. I'm not here. I do my art.
Correct.
And I hate on it's me, by myself, I'm paying for me, I do all this for me. The viewers get to enjoy it, and then just to finish off what I'm trying to say, who is anyone to criticize my art? It's like saying you don't agree with, you don't agree with Picasso, so you shouldn't paint, or you don't agree with a certain cellist or something, so they shouldn't paint. You don't like their strokes and brush strokes, just nitpicking one thing that you don't like. The fact of the matter is if you have our rights violated, we're the post office, our freedoms and liberties.
You don't have.
Then we come down here and the first thing we face is an unaccountable person.
Right. You don't have to be arrested in order to have your rights violated. I think once we do realize what our rights are, we see our rights are actually violated multiple times on the daily.
That being said, though, may I have your commentary on just saying that, because I agree, I strive to do better.
I want to do better, so
I
I
have multiple conversations with the other parties here, and then we can do better if we reel it in, if we bring in silence and things like that.
I mean, unification is the only way we're going to get anything. The separation and stuff is that's a. No, and I understand that. Right, and that was wrong. Correct.
And so we really have to be someone that should never be working for the public. If I did, we didn't have
Mhm.
to figure that out. Should we be sparing these people and serving them more than they serve us?
It is. That's a good point. That's what you just said is a good point. They serve us, whether they're in a volunteer role or if they're actually in a paid role. So the question, that's kind of inappropriate for how she.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
But I do like constructive criticism because I'm learning too. I'm
Right.
with y'all. I'm
Yeah.
learning too, just like all of us. And when I figure something out, I want to make sure what I'm figuring out is correct.
Exactly.
Because I don't want to be spreading gossip or unjust. So yeah, I'm careful about that. But yes.
I mean, it is. That's just.
Oh, sure. Hit that bell notification.
Official misconduct.
Upload one of those fabulous videos to her, or if she goes fine. I don't know if I send you over.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Interview room.
What's this?
That's a thermometer? There's a lock.
Okay, so at this point, the form is done, the complaint's done. They went and addressed, the volunteer again. And I'm like, all right, let's go.
Right. No fraud of the follies. I get that. I've watched quite a bit of your content.
I agree. I went and left, but being new to all this, I thought I had to go with the crowd. Every time I watch a music, I start thinking, shut up. All right, I've got to walk out for a minute. I got to catch my breath. So this is one of my moments again. Like I'm on the fence about some things today, like on how to approach and how to teach and how to learn. What?
It's like Deadpool's fourth wall break. You just turn and look out to the audience that may or may not be there.
Yeah, that it was one of those.
I love it. It's great. It's 100% real and raw. I absolutely love it.
I mean, the first time though, I got to go in that little hallway, right? But this time, I had to walk out the dang building. I had to. No. Like I have to take a minute. I want to get the point across, right? But I feel that some ways are not doing any justice. I don't know. But this police department is really, really, really huge. Let me show you. Thank you, because I sure am questioning, like, I don't know, not my beliefs, but just, I don't know. Dang it. I am, sir. And it's not about what is to be learned that I have a problem with. It's how it's being done. And I guess it's a moral thing, right? How I choose to, I don't know. I'm a loss for words. So yeah, this is Georgetown. It was established in 1848. And then, so you have this huge building that we were just in with that huge old lobby. And then right over here, that second building is fire department. I guess I need to find I need to be better, what's the word? Articulate. I need to learn how to articulate better. Aggression and I don't know. It is, and then it connects
So that big old building, right, is where we were just at. And I'm not an auditor. I don't claim to be an auditor. I like to cop watch, but I definitely, want to make people aware of what's going on, for my children, for my grandchildren. I'm about to be a grandmother in February, so.
Hello, official misconduct.
I don't know if you're talking about me or not. I'm just trying to concentrate. And this is the fire department. It's crazy. It's beautiful out here, though. I'm new to the area. So. Thank you. I really appreciate y'all coming in, supporting AUDITS.
What's your question?
And that's why I came to join, I got to learn myself. I can't be an activist if I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. So we live and we learn, right? All right, let's go see what these people are up to. Why not? And I don't know, I tried to articulate what I was trying to say with that volunteer. I mean, I understand what they're saying.
That's a false statement, Tiny T. You're welcome.
But look what happened, right? So the way that they did it, or the way it was done, she left her post. Although that's not, she shouldn't have done that. That was the result, right? Well, if that continues to happen, then that doesn't get the job done, right? We haven't done what we needed to do. We want her to learn. We don't want her to run.
That's a true statement too.
Oh no, Tiny T. Not all of these shows are like this. This is something new.
That dog is pretty cool.
Well, right now, I'm finding out about the dignity and respect. I'm members of the board. I'm finding out about the dignity and respect.
Thank you, Harry.
Right now, and other members of the service.
Thank you.
They don't do her job, and it's making me do this work right now, simply because I asked for her holding the camera.
Well, I think that I certainly treat you dignity because I believe the recreative and everyone has purposes of what we do. Okay, so I'm not the only one that works at the feels that way.
So what specifically part of the situation are you asking, Army Vet? Because I would have went to the post office and expressed my concerns, asked the questions of, when is the flag going to get fixed? Because, that became the topic. And I would have done it in a manner that I would have gotten answers to my questions versus the postmaster just walking off and calling the cops. That's just my, thoughts, opinion. Yeah. And so I don't think I might have been asked to stop filming, that would have been questionable if you ask me, but I think if filming was done and it would have been done without disturbance, without anything, that they probably would have had, a decent little film. But you never know. The postmaster does have the right to ask us to leave. That is their right. And that's why we were saying it's a limited public forum. Yes.
Very well said. Magnificent.
But definitely just don't go and start yelling right off the bat, because you are going to get a different reaction completely compared if you go in to just address the issue.
Right. The moment, and it started right away, the moment that lady made a comment about being filmed, I feel you can hear Lady Justice's tone, which seems like an attitude. You know what I mean? Ignorance might be another word at that moment.
Surprised when they ask why, because we know they're going to ask why. They all. So it's the chances of that lady asking why she was going to record was pretty high, and it happened. So we can't get upset over it.
Right.
You do have certain what do you call protocol. So I actually do. So my thing is you have checked in because I checked in over here. Okay, like I said, I've also done it while I'm waiting patiently for actually gets because we get some tea. Police? Okay. Oh, you did.
Well, actually, according to your procedures, he has a problem right now.
Exactly, official misconduct.
She's watching the live stream and there's so that's all good. Yeah, if you're live on 8 different platforms, just to let you know, you can live on 8 different platforms.
God bless you.
It looks like we're just being denied services.
Well, we do have a corporal or somebody that we're waiting patiently for. We did ask for the chief of police. He is busy. We're waiting patiently. We've been waiting for quite a while now. I don't know. This is the live stream started a while back ago.
So they did have somebody come and help y'all right now, you think?
Hopefully, otherwise they're fixing to find a protest here. I'm just saying.
Well, we don't want to protest. What we do want to do, like immediate remedy, like a volunteer remedy. We already know everything you want to know. By the way, all of your guys' information is available online. I can get everything on that patch. So to not give it to me, it just makes this for fun.
Yes.
And you know what that means, right? That means you're no longer serving people anymore.
Yeah,
It's building their own, they don't serve the jobs there because they're not serving people anymore. And it's hard to fight their conversation window, and that may need to get it done, or someone needs to get their done here.
The first person the public sees and comes in contact with.
I find it funny when they're talking to him and then when they were talking to that other lady, how they like quieted down, right? Their tone, their voice, it was for that moment, right? Totally different because they're wanting what they want, at that moment. So they're being, nice or whatever, respectful.
Is a tyrant. I don't care if she's old or not. I'm not exactly a spring chicken myself, but she needs to know when she's working with the public, there are certain things you don't ask. Like, why are you filming me? First and foremost, that tells me she does not understand her constitutional rights. If she has not taken an oath of any kind.
But by this time, this is the second person they've talked to, while they're waiting for somebody else. We've been here, I want to say it was like an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes by now.
And she has rights. If she's taken her oath, she's taken up her rights to say her oath.
With all due respect, Assistant Chief, I'm gonna say it. Would you please put those books down and do this thing? It is urgent. Actually, I'm the Assistant Chief, and I may need fire services for someone may need them.
Remember, everything's been done, but now their focus is at volunteers.
It's a long time.
Captain, the chief of police was unavailable, so the captain's supposed to come out.
How long are we supposed to wait?
With all due respect, the volunteer lady is right there behind that door.
And she's actually making up all of that with her attitude, her being disorderly. Yeah,
But
she's
police
the one
officer
who's
called
disorderly.
somebody and then they came down here to make that complaint about it. This lady would be the first thing, and she'd be stifling that right off the bat.
Yeah, they can't all stifle rights. That is, yeah, if a police officer is trying to stifle rights, guess what? You can go after their job. Just saying.
I guess the jacket is the badge, correct?
I'll come back here and make sure, somebody just come down here. Thank you.
So the terminology jacket means badge? Is that what that means?
Disciplinary jacket.
Okay.
Disciplinary
Like,
jacket.
like a
They don't want to lose a jacket because
Okay.
they no longer work for the municipality. It's my understanding.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm new to all the terminology, so.
We keep account of who that happens, so
Yeah.
you can get all that information. The other thing I said too about the public officials, and public workers, in every place that I've ever been, there you go on the website and it says meet us or something like that, and it shows everyone from the judges all the way down.
Okay.
All of that. So there's no reason to not tell me.
Right.
Yeah, and for me to wait 10 days, like, the way back there.
Is that what she said?
Yeah, they have lawfully up to 10 days, and I knew that.
Okay.
I'm glad she reiterated that. But again, all that information is available.
And you said you could do that online as well, right?
Right. It can be done, but,
Online, though, you can't be anonymous, can you? Okay, you
That's the
can?
whole thing, especially
Okay.
if you wanted to use like a onion browser. Or
Right.
some kind of Tor,
Okay.
Then you could, or VPN, you could further hide your identity and location.
Okay.
I am just learning how to do it right as
Mhm.
far as following up with the paper trail.
Right.
That's the most important part. Even if it's just phone calls.
That is, in my humble opinion, where auditing,
Mhm.
auditors, they do that.
Okay.
I say I'm an activist because I'll throw down a protest at
Right,
a heart,
right.
at a beat of a heart. And I have a problem with that.
I would love it if the viewers would pay for their views with calls.
With calls?
With complaints and calls, expectations delivered to, and grievances addressed.
To Georgetown
Supervisors, the post office,
Police.
not in general, that lady should lose her job, she should not work.
The postmaster, most definitely.
This other volunteer lady, there's no way that she should ever be able to address this. In my opinion. She's not compatible with that.
Well, you do make a very valid point, because if in fact a police officer said the words that she said, he's putting himself in a very peculiar place. I'm just saying.
So let me ask you this, Tiny T. Did you ever witness a situation where your husband or his dad were out of line violating somebody's rights and you kept quiet, or maybe you said something? I mean, I'm sure like there was a lot of stuff that was seen, but did you ever see what we are vocalizing for? I'm just curious.
I've said this before too, how the man comes and rescues the girl like that and completely cuts her off at the knees and undermines her entire presence like that, by even introducing him. Okay, stand by her and support her, do not intervene or say that I don't have confidence that she can do the job.
And that you're talking about the man that came in over there? Okay, okay.
Yeah.
You got confidence in somebody who's
Right.
I'm gonna stand by your side, make sure you think I'm doing something.
Right, and that's how professional.
So you think that because of that one interaction that she should no longer work here? You don't feel?
The reason being is all members of the public walk through that,
Mhm.
and that includes disabled people,
Right.
ill people, and people that are just not in the right state of mind
Right.
now because either a officer may have harmed them
Or
For whatever reason, right.
Even harm inflicted on them, of some sort.
And we want them to be able to come in here, the first person that they greet, so I would be happier with the robot right now.
Right.
Okay.
So what are y'all's opinion? I mean, you heard him, he thinks that she shouldn't get another chance and she should just be fired. She shouldn't, blah, 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 blah. What is y'all's opinion?
We gotta, I don't know, as a person, I try to always, like, how would we feel if every time we did something wrong, suddenly they're gonna, you know what I mean, try and hold us to the full percent. Some people say that already does happen, which you might be right there, but it's really not that fair. In certain circumstances and situations, absolutely. In this one, not so much. It's not really that serious of an offense that this person should lose their job. It'd be one thing. It'd be a completely different thing if they went in all nice and polite and said, "Hey, can we get some help?" and the lady just stormed off for no goddamn reason.
Mm-hmm.
But what she went back there and said, "Oh, I was feeling attacked. Like they were attacking me the way they were talking at me," and it almost justifies. It's going to justify why they walked out, and they probably won't even get any real trouble to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I say that, us auditors, we're out there to educate, and, immediately yelling at somebody is not going to educate anybody. They're not going to want to listen. But I've been on situations where I've explained what I'm out there doing, and you'll see the person immediately calm down and say, once they know that, like on a traffic stop mainly, we'll always ask the person in the car where they stop you for, and then they ask me, well, why are you filming? I tell them I'm here for your protection. Once they get, the education to let them know that we're there to help them out, you see their body language calm down. But to immediately just go up, if I start yelling at the person at the car that the cop has pulled over, of course they're going to have aggression towards me and the officer, and there's no education to be learned there. You know what I mean? So, because I've asked several people just out in the world, have you ever heard of a cop watch or a First Amendment audit? I guarantee you, like 90% of the people I ask, they've never even heard of it. And
Yeah.
the whole purpose of our channels is to go out and educate the people. And that's my main goal is, the education. I've got my channel labeled under education. We need to educate and not just, help them understand. Educate. That's what we're out there to do.
Yeah, I agree. Andy, you said they were there for that long? What, almost 2 hours at this point? Hour and a half? That's a long time, dude.
Well, I would take offense, would do his job, we would unmatch him, we wouldn't give a shit about the camera.
Sorry, I was muted, yes.
So after someone is asking to not film intent, is to identify the camera.
Identify as a camera.
Oh, okay.
Identify as a camera.
Okay.
Especially,
Yeah, I mean, I need to know yes,
yeah, especially if you're in Colorado, identify as a camera. You will get the cops and walk off.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's up, Ghost Eagle?
Everybody's name.
Glad to see you, man.
Yeah, you can.
I'm like, oh, excuse me, sorry.
I need to gender you. Yeah. No, 7, 8.
In New York, remember? Something like that, 87.
I think it was 84.
Okay, thanks, everybody, help me.
3510 from
Anybody need a Bible?
Georgetown Police Department, non-emergency. Please do not call that number.
You guys need a Bible?
It's the chaplain's office.
I'm a chaplain right now.
You're the chaplain?
I'm in his office, right? Office right next seat. Doesn't say restricted. The door is wide open and it's unlocked. Just saying.
Just saying.
See, I guess that's what I don't like about it. So the volunteer gets the fringe benefits, Lady J, right? What happened? Good time? Did you send the back?
So at this point, I feel that he's starting to
Has she
get
done it before?
aggravated.
I've
He's
done
been
it.
there so long and nobody's
And
I'm
so,
still learning how to do all this.
Oh, no, you're good.
doing their job or being of service. This is a chaplain's office.
everybody read this book here? The doorkeeper by Sunny Guest. Courageous Living Bible Study.
The moment
Special
that
law
book hit the
enforcement
floor,
division.
I was done.
See, I'm not like that at all. That is not me. No. Jesus. If I walk away, I'm sorry.
And here we go.
Oh, here comes the captain, guys. Yelling for help first. I tried yelling. Help! There you go. Oh, no, there goes. Okay, well, this is the people you pay, by the way. They don't do their jobs at all. Help! Oh, hi, are you here helping? Are you captain? Oh, the captain and the chief, no one over there, not here. Are you a member of your work town?
No, there is not. Oh, yeah.
Are you ready for TV? Is there a TV? I'm ready.
I know. The receptionist has left her post. The
I have to sit down.
receptionist has left her post.
I'm coming outside.
I knew this was gonna get rowdy.
It's right here. I mean, I just hang up. Help! Help! How is something? What's wrong? They didn't write it. Yeah. What's the delay, please? Yeah.
Well, we've been here for almost an hour.
So they went to lunch? She just said. You hear that? They went to lunch.
Oh my God. It's gonna get crazy.
Repugnant. Absolutely repugnant with this environment. And you guys have to change me when I go to lunch.
They went to lunch?
Repugnant, you know, certain people. I've been here for almost 2 hours. We were standing around. Yeah, you know what? I'd be nice if I met you, but you know what? We're about to protest. You guys want to see protest? We're gonna have a big old protest in here.
Absolutely.
You guys everyone know that we're about 60 seconds away from making shit, all right?
Tell me what to do.
Oh, yeah, thanks for opening the door. I don't want to go back. Oh, yeah, that's nice. When you can, man, that'd be great. Are you guys ready for TV? Help! Hi! Man. Excuse me.
So what good does all this do? I don't see it.
Thank you.
Please.
Not you, but the doers, they are stuck in the booth, honestly.
I don't want to run.
They want these people to keep like fucking heroes, even though they don't have that, like, they don't like themselves.
I want to stand up for my rights. That's what I want to do.
We've been waiting for almost 2 hours to help, so there's some way you can get us person help us. This way, if I don't help us,
Because if they don't, if somebody does not help them, they're gonna go crazy.
With all due respect, we can do it right now. If they want to take my seat, they can go
It's
back.
urgent, see, don't try to see.
Now, everything that's happening right now, first of all, we have a Republican police department. Absolutely. Like that, without us not walking here and be receptive. That needs to be a paid position and a volunteer.
Needs to
Never
go.
work with something over here, I'm not doing that. Our name, okay? But it's doing that. The second thing is we come over here to get information and our.
I think that would be great.
My lady's wearing the blue line right here, guys, okay? And nobody knows that you have it. I'm in symbolism of supremacy over here. So that he knows that the people on the other side of the door are fucking supreme over us, right?
Please do.
Why do you fucking money?
I will
Oh, this is my
do
money,
whatever
right? What are you gonna fucking do? You're gonna hold the supremacy of the money?
I'll help.
Always
Well,
trying
I'll
to
jump
put
in.
your hands in. Yeah, I think that's what I need to do. See, night train, I don't, yeah. The way it's being done, I don't agree with.
This democracy no longer serves the people of this country.
But I want to. Oh, I will remove myself. Trust me. I've done it once already. And anybody who knows me knows. I would like one too, please, sir. The approach needs to be different. The yelling, the screaming that doesn't do anything. Like I was saying, I mean, I'm not. First of all, not all fucking cops are bad cops, okay? I agree most of them are, but they all aren't. And if you come at somebody aggressively, the first thing they do is defense or shut down. That's just human nature. Therefore, your message does not get heard. Right. I know I'm not being the one who's yelling and stuff. I won't.
Immediately, as soon as you brought it up, you fucking come back and it's going to be an office. That's all I'm saying.
Thank you, Axiom, because I share in questioning everything.
Pursuant to section 411.207B and 411.207C.
I understand I'm participating in it, but it doesn't mean that my beliefs are theirs or theirs are mine. Yes, I am documented and not engaging. I know they don't care, ATL. Did you not see the post office when we were surrounded by 8 cops? I came in after the fact. I could be your tech girl. Just saying. So he just walked off? Is that what happened? I was reading comments. So you got a complaint form and then what? He just walked away?
Yeah, he gave us a complaint form and he walked away because he thinks that blue line is fabulous there and we don't want to address that secured area.
What is it about the secured area?
Okay, no guns are supposed to be coming in and out of there. They're supposed to be put in a lockbox. And even officers are supposed to follow that.
Okay.
But clearly, there's about 4 or 5 of them I've seen coming in and out of there.
Right.
With guns.
By criminal, do you mean what? I mean, does that mean that you've broken a law, or does that mean?
No. I think I might be able to guess.
What?
In most cases, before someone becomes an auditor, they have a negative experience with a cop. And a lot of people believe that the reason these people, I'm trying to be real careful here, real tactful, right? Like we're amongst friends, right? Mm-hmm. These people do these things is because they want attention and they want to embarrass cops. They just want to make it harder for cops. And I'm firmly in the transparency camp on this.
So I am not a criminal. Have I had bad experience with police officers due to ex-boyfriends? Absolutely, right? Guilt by association. But I am not a criminal. I mean, traffic tickets, but.
Yeah, go ahead, bud. That's why did it. I did the thing. You got the blue wrench. Go blue wrench it up, buddy.
Go blue wrench it up. So I appreciate all you 36 people still in here. We're almost done.
I'm starving.
I know, right? Hope I can do
it. I'm sorry, John.
Well, I understand, but I keep being sent to places that are wasting my time.
Oh, snap.
That'd be cool if you would, try to build that relationship in the community.
Transparency, and accountability, you don't like that, sir?
Oh, probably just has a big day and content.
So this guy right here, because I have it sped up, you might not be able to hear everything, but he actually is here, and he's been getting the runaround from the city public people, you know, and he's actually frustrated about the whole situation. So it was kind of like when I was listening to him and his situation, I was like, okay, you know what I mean? Like, they're not perfect. They've got some issues too, because I'm thinking, look, you know what I mean? We're causing all the scenes. And I say we because, you know, we were a team, but it's just like,
There's somewhere near Wisconsin today.
It's time sensitive.
Oh, that's always an excuse. Right?
So you're going to a fire or you're going to where?
We're going to testing.
Oh, a test. Oh, so you guys gonna start a building on fire or
We got
something like that?
this.
Or are you gonna do CPR on somebody? I just wonder right now. You guys are like, he was sharing with us that you guys are going somewhere and it's time sensitive. So it's some kind of training. So are you going to start a fire?
I don't black.
Or are you doing CPR training?
And generally, Aaron, what happened? Yeah, it was 3 of the Georgetown officers. There were 5 of them. 2 of them gave me their cards. I didn't take them for that. So, accommodations to them. But 3, 1 gave me a blank card with no name on it, and 2 of them refused to give me the card. So we came down here about that. When we got here, the receptionist lady, all I did, well, and some people disagree, but my word is that I asked for her name with the camera on, and she just shut down.
It offended her.
Not working a job.
She's number 1. Something happened when your officer is working, when not your officer, something happened, and they want to report it, and they come over here. I told another officer that the orderliness of this building is the issue, but I don't know you back. And so this building now is repugnant and disorderly because of that. And I was like, that being said, my only second thing I'd like to say before I leave over to let's go, thank you for putting here, is this blue line right here on the wall. I was about to give a compliment on how you guys do the good service here, like Congress Walters, right?
Absolutely, because that much.
Oh, no, it was.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. Who are you again? Okay, thank you.
Sure. Chief of police, right? Yes. Oh, sorry. They said this like PhD on it.
Oh, well, I love toying with PhDs.
And so this blue line right here symbolizes the supremacy over the people. So the people on the other side viewing themselves as a gang.
Under the FBI?
They are actually under service. So that blue line must come out right now.
I can't take the old right.
I can come back next week and check that. I can take it down right now.
Well, not unless you.
That's this.
What issues would that create?
Well, because it's up on the wall, and technically damaging, which I don't.
My property, right?
Yeah,
As a taxpayer, but you don't have the right to walk in, right? So if we work on solutions, yeah, we can have solutions.
Okay, members of the public want it down.
Okay, so there's a contingent of the public that absolutely do. There's another contingent of the public.
I'm okay with supporting all the officers. When it comes to supremacy issue, and I'm okay with even officers or people that are you guys gave us your rights to serve us, and that blue line is repugnant.
Why did I give up my right to serve?
Would you like to address that?
What rights do I have then as a police officer if I gave them up?
Oh, but you don't have rights.
You gave it.
You gave.
I gave it up to our temporary service.
Ha ha ha,
You gave
critter.
up your rights to stand on your oath. Because
Have rights over the person they serve.
you can't.
They don't have them.
I don't have rights over the people that I serve, but I have my individual rights.
You don't
as a
give
police
up
officer.
your game and all that sort of thing. You got your rights.
Where do you say, no, where do you say, where is it written? Where is it written that a peace officer in the land of the free?
This is settled, right?
Gives up the right.
This is settled.
I know.
I suggest you look into it.
But
I'm not educating you in that manner.
But no, I'm pointing in the right direction.
Okay, why wouldn't you? Why, why wouldn't you tell him where?
This is very good.
You know what I mean? When he signed that, when you check his oath, right, he had to sign it, right.
I got a question.
Right.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Would we consider methamphetamines a performance enhancing drug in this case?
What do you mean in this case?
If you had to sit down and talk to a government official for the next 2.5 hours straight to get your point across, would we consider amphetamines a performance enhancing drug? I'm sorry. I don't know where that came from.
I don't know either, but I consider it a performance enhancing drug, period. I mean, not the good kind, but whatever. Anyway, so yes, that's pretty much it, guys. We actually get offered to take a tour of the whole police department, which ended up being like, I don't know, another hour, right? No, nobody was on drugs.
No, I didn't say anyone was on drugs. I realized that this conversation that they were having was going to take at least another 45
It
minutes.
seemed that way,
Anything
right?
resembling a conclusion.
Yeah.
Would medical grade amphetamines be considered a performance enhancing drug at that point?
I mean, it's a bad drug no matter what. So, moving on. Yeah. So, yeah.
No, thank you. That was thoroughly enjoyable. Constitution of State, how'd you like that?
I think the police did a good job. I can't lie about that. The whole thing was weird from the beginning. But I get a lot of it, but I feel like you kind of walked into a bad situation already, and then just being there with them kind of associated you with them throughout the whole thing, which is what's going to happen. Time almost. So you were kicked out of the post office. And I feel like everything was fine up until they started yelling and swearing in the post office. I feel like that's really when they gave them what they needed to make them leave the post office. And I felt like the post office provided a pretty reasonable answer to why the flag wasn't up. I don't know why it went from that, not even asking any more questions, just to protest in here. And that was a pretty big jump for me. But to each his own.
Yep, to each their own.
It's you know what I mean. I
don't necessarily approve of the methodology. I don't think it's going to get across to a whole lot of people as a good thing. It's not the kind of activity you pull your kid to the side and say, when you grow up, maybe you can be like that. That's not something I would do. It's just, I try to be as pleasant as I possibly can when involving myself with people in public, because you never know, they might be having an absolutely crappy day and your bit of sunshine might be all they've had.
Yeah.
You ever had that day? I've had that day. I had that day, and on the very moment when I decided I was going to quit my job and go live in a freaking hut in the Andes somewhere, some guy turned and looked at me and was like, "Yeah, that was really good work you did over there. I really appreciate it." And he walked away, and I said, it was that little grain, that just that tiny kernel of, all right, fine, I'll do the job.
Truth be told, said it before. I try to go by, you give what you get. And if you want to turn up on the police and yell at them or tell them however you feel, I mean, do it. But I feel like have a reason, you know what I mean? Like a valid, in my eyes, a valid reason to be acting that amped up over that. You know what I mean? Like,
right, because nobody wants to be at work and all of a sudden somebody just come up and start yelling at them. Nobody wants that.
Like, you got to give them a fair shot before you just start going in on them. Like, they're normal people. They're at a job, and I don't know. But I know it's easier said than done at times too. But I try to treat everybody as I want to be treated until they give me a reason to treat them otherwise.
Right, correct.
You've survived this long. I assume you deserve at least a modicum of respect and courtesy. At least that small amount that I would appreciate others show me. You know, hey, John, I think your performance was absolutely flawless through the whole thing. I didn't see not one thing that you did that should have had you removed from the building at all.
Agreed.
I agree with that. It was.
I will tell you one of the bestest things that Lady Justice does is she gives these out. Oh wait, oh where's my camera? Oh, you know it's the
Right.
Constitution, right?
I love that.
Dang, hold on. Whatever.
you got.
I know. I
It's
don't want
green
to take up my.
screen.
Yeah, right. And
Real
she
green screen. Then you can do cool shit like this.
and she wrote a note inside. You know, everyone that she gives away, she writes a little note and puts her name. Um, this one says, "Hey, what's their malfunction? Their major malfunction, tyranny." Right? That's something that she has said a lot. But this is genius, like for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Belt Loop's got me going over here.
Yeah. But again, thank you everybody who's still in chat throughout the channels. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you guys. Truth be told, he just hit 19,000, right?
I think you broke 20. Didn't you break 20 right before
No,
we
not
went
yet.
live?
No. He still got like 1,000. Caucasian, you just broke 2,000, right?
Yeah, not too long ago. Yeah.
Awesome. I've lost track of you, homie. You've like skyrocketed.
He's like at 105K over here.
Right,
Homie.
you just hit
He's swinging
100,000.
that
I
DD
think I
energy.
remember saying. I mean,
Yeah.
kudos to y'all, right? I'm on my way to 2,000. So you know,
Absolutely.
Everybody can say, you know, they're not about the subs. I'm not about the clicks and the views. However, the subs is what makes me grow as a content creator and yada yada. So for me to lie and say it's not that I'm not going to stress, right, about the number of subs I have. At least I have subs. I'm like, oh yeah, you know what I mean? The stupid shorts I put out, I mean, it's just like, you know.
I have a voice. There's at least
Yeah.
one person in the world every time I go live who shows up and listens to my nutsy ass. I don't know why they're here and I don't know who they are, but I invite them in to come stalk me freely.
Right. I mean, one day you'll just.
Okay, I'm bored in the house and I'm in the house bored. Bored in the house and I'm in the house bored. Bored in the motherfucker in the house bored and I'm bored in the motherfucker in the house bored. Okay, I'm bored in.
I didn't mean to do it again. My bad. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, just out of nowhere, you know, you get something like that. It's all good. It's me.
Right.
You know, but yeah. So, oh, and congratulations, Toe for Life hit 1,000.
I saw that. Good for him.
I saw that. That's great.
Holy shit balls, that was so loud in my ear. I was like, oh,
That was pretty hardcore.
Yeah.
That was,
so,
yeah.
Yep.
That's cool.
That was a great show, but we need to discuss everything that we discussed tonight. You know what I mean? I mean, there is different styles of auditing, and,
right?
You know,
Unity. That's the only way we're going to get anywhere. You know, the separation isn't doing. It's not going to do anything. So, we don't have to like each other, but we can hear each other out. And I think people who want to participate in the 1A community, activism, auditing, cop watching, however you may call yourself, we need to have a code of conduct. I mean, for real. You know, we are expecting officers to do their job, government officials to do their job. We should do our job as citizens. You know what I'm saying?
As educators.
I
Right.
don't disagree with you on any particular point, but usually when you encounter these people, it is on the worst possible day in the worst possible way. It's rare that you have a happy encounter with a cop. Typically something's already gone drastically wrong and you can't be expected to be exactly on top of your game.
And I agree, but
So we need to go back again, right? If they can't learn, then they need to leave. They're not doing their job, you know.
I believe that if you had showed up and never said a word, if you'd have just walked in with your camera, walked to the far side of that room and stood there quietly,
That's all I did. I didn't even speak or nothing until he asked.
no, you stood right next to her the whole time.
No, she was. I mean, Grant. I stood
when you
by
first
on the
showed up.
wall, right there at the entrance. I mean, so
They visually associated you with
I
her.
got
when
you.
walked in.
I got you. I understand that, but the simple fact is, other than that, I didn't put myself with him. You know what I mean? When he asked, you know, what are y'all filming? I don't answer questions.
Right?
You know?
Hey,
I mean,
that's fine. Like, I think you're bossed here on that one. That was probably one of your most that I've watched a lot of your content. And that was probably one of your most difficult situations you walked into, and you weren't arrested. And while your
I was ready.
had been
Oh
dilated,
my gosh, that was the one time where I was ready. I was like, all right, AJ, you're gonna take that ride and you're gonna take it like a champ, you know, but it didn't.
Yeah, I think I also think that she did good because the situation that she walked into, she gave the perfect answers. I don't answer questions because at that point it's just stand back and observe.
and when he touched you, you looked at him. He was like, "Man, I'm going. You ain't got to be grabbing on me and stuff."
Yeah. So anyway,
I think you did real well. I think you did extremely well.
I do too.
Yeah.
I mean, lessons to be learned, right? And new ones to be learned. And yeah. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna hit this video, and we're gonna be out this bitch.
All right, peace out. Everybody donate.
My bad. I'm sorry.
Everybody donate to the host over here. She's running a hell of a show. She's done the whole thing. She wouldn't let me touch anything.
And thanks
You
for everybody
tried.
being here.
I know you tried to take the reins, right? But I was like, no, I own this baby. We're gonna do it. I'm just glad that y'all were there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's cool.
And thanks for the chats and, you know, people's, you know, we like to see, you know, other insight, what other people think of certain situations.
For
and
sure.
we do appreciate everybody being here and all the mods. We appreciate it, man, because this is how we get information out right here.
Right. And to be clear, I'm not an auditor. I'm not a cop watcher. I don't do any of that stuff. I merely interview people who do things on YouTube.
He is part of the 1A community.
I firmly believe in First
want
Amendment.
to.
I support auditors that are doing the good work. I'm not a huge fan of the auditors that are sometimes they don't read the laws. Sometimes they don't do a great job. There's some that I like, some that I kind of shy away from because they're a little offensive or they get a little bit too, I don't know,
aggressive.
Maybe a little too aggressive. That might be it. I don't know. It just seems, I don't know. I'd have to think on it real hard to figure out exactly why I like these auditors and not those. I like people who are polite, who are congenial, who go in with the intent of having a good interaction with people and just doing the thing that they're doing while they're having that interaction, whether they're buying stamps or they're going to the post or whatever, right? I don't see it as a protest is the thing. I don't see it as activism. The only time it becomes activism is when you go extra, when you go harder to get a reaction. And I'm not sure that's
But it's a
good
quiet
look.
protest. I mean, it's
It's there's a line. There's a line there. And I can't tell you exactly where that line is. I think it kind of lands on courtesy in my mind. If they're being courteous with you, why not be courteous back? It costs nothing, takes no extra effort, and merely the ability to stream
as
words.
long as they're not being courteous and violating my rights.
Exactly.
And that's why the police did like an okay job because the police didn't. I feel like they could have really escalated it at many points, and they just didn't. They just kind of let them do what they needed to do, and afterwards came out and talked to them.
Mm-hmm. And still told them, you know what I mean? You're still a nice guy. I mean.
And I don't feel like it was the filming that got y'all escorted out in that circumstance. may have
That's
been
not
part of
what
it, but-
right. That's what I'm saying. That's not right. The fist that went into the stomach. It was definitely the mouth. Anyway, but yeah.
That's gonna be a short. It's gonna be good.
All right, guys. Thanks again for coming. Y'all awesome rock.